What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video on Scoop's World, and this your boy Scoop. And today we have an updated top 5 international players in this year's NBA 2020 draft. The international prospects. Going over these top 5 players, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of confused and surprised because who I thought was number 1 was not number 1. So somebody getting dead dirty again. But before we get into this list, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like up the video, and comment below what other content would you guys like me to go over for this year's NBA draft. So stay tuned.
It's yours.
So the number 5 NBA prospect of all international players comes from Argentina. His name is Leandro Bolero. He's a guard. Age, he's 20 years old. 6'7", 200 pounds, wingspan of 6'8". That's pretty good for a guard. I'm assuming he's a shooting guard, combo guard, to be 6'7", unless he's like LaMelo Ball. Now for his 2019-2020 stats, in 24 games, Leandro averaged 17.2 minutes, okay? 8 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 1.2 steals, 0.1 blocks. Field goal percentage, 42%, pretty good. 3-pointer, 29%. It's not good. It's not hard. It's not good. And then free throws, 71%. Now, Bolero is another combo guard with good size for the position. He handled the ball quite a bit for FC Barcelona this past season. Pretty good league. But also spent time off the ball. Where he settles in the NBA level could depend on how his outside jumper or outside shot develops. The playmaking and passing skills check out well in terms of his potential as a point guard. Bolero is a fun player to watch, strangely in that he's not smooth. His game is jerky and spastic, but he makes quick movements and quick decisions. Okay. Opponents in Europe had trouble staying in front of him because he is very aggressive off the dribble. That's good to know. Often getting by his man even if it didn't look pretty. If it's looking ugly out there, I don't know if I can watch that. Whether he can get by NBA defenders who are quicker is a legitimate question. But Bolero should provide plenty of value as a second-round draft pick. Okay, so we have him as a number 5 international player. They're saying he's second round. They're saying his game is not pretty, but he gets the job done, I'm assuming. I mean, from looking at his field goal percentage, I can see that he drives a lot. That's probably because he shoots 42% from field goal, but only 29 from 3. He's not shooting a lot of threes. And they say he's not the prettiest looking dude. So in my mind, I'm envisioning Patrick Beverly. Y'all here with me? But 6'7" Patrick Beverly, but second round draft pick. So the B value is a second round draft pick. I'm not as scared with these shooting percentages because second round draft pick, second round value. It's not like I'm wasting my first round draft pick. So that's number 5. Now to number 4, Aleksej Pokusevski, our 7-foot point guard from Serbia. We did a video on Aleksej not too long ago. Go ahead and watch that if you haven't. But Aleksej, or we're gonna call him AK. I don't want to butcher his name. AK is 18 years old, 7 foot tall, and he's only 200 pounds. So I'm envisioning Kevin Durant, right? Wingspan 7'3". 2019-2020 stats. In 12 games, he only averaged 9.9 minutes per game, 9.2 points per game. Dang, so he's averaging about a point a minute. So he's out there being productive. 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 1.2 steals, and 1.7 blocks. So we're in 10 minutes, he's giving us 10 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal with 2 blocks. That's really good for 10 minutes. That's a lot. That's some good stats. So he's out there being productive. He's shooting 40% field goal from the field goal. Okay, not bad. 32% from the 3. For a 7-footer, that's pretty good. And 78% from the free throws. So AK has little consensus as a prospect, with some mock drafts place him in the lottery and other in the second round. He's a classic draft prospect for this era, in that 20 years ago he would have been groomed as a big man who parks on the block but not projects as a unicorn type who can handle the ball and shoot despite standing 7 foot tall. He also has the chance to be a special passer for a big man. He can also protect the rim, 7 foot, you better be able to. Though he may need to gain some muscle for that skill to carry in the NBA. For sure. If you 7 foot, yeah, you can block shots, but if you 200 pounds, you won't be getting off the block. They're going, hey, get off the block. It's my block. Go ahead somewhere with that. You know what I'm saying? So you got to put some muscle on, for sure. AK's size and skill set combination has led to some incredible hits, but also epic misses in the NBA draft. Sometimes you get Giannis or even Bol. Those are two good comparisons. But quite often, instead, draft the Thon Maker. Apologies to the Wizards fans. So, I think he's just a real long-term project. You know, I would not waste my first-round draft pick on him because it's a project, you know? I mean, he's 7 foot. He can shoot, you know, but he's only 200 pounds, so he's not going to be playing next year. But that's some good comparisons. He can either become a Giannis or a Bol, or he can be like a Thon Maker, you know, off the bench. So, that's AK. Next, we have Maldon, a guard from France. We did a video on Theo not too long ago. Go ahead back in the archives. Go ahead and check the video out. Go ahead and like it up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. But Theo, 19 years old. Like I said, he's a guard from France. 6'4", 174 in weight. Wingspan, 6'9". So that's pretty good. You know, if you had that long wingspan and you're only a guard, it's pretty good. Now, his 2019-2020 stats. In 22 games, he averaged 17.7 minutes per game. All right? 7.4 points per game. 1.8 rebound and 3.1 assists. 0.3 steals, 0.1 blocks. Field goal percentage, 45.6. That's some good field goal percentage. 3-point percentage, 36.7. That's pretty good 3-point percentage. It's not the greatest, but it's pretty good. Free throws for a guard is not good at all. It's 68.9. So he's not a good free throw shooter. Now, this year's draft class appears to be deeper at guard than anywhere else, and more specifically with combo guards. Theo can be counted among them, as at 6'4", he can run an offense or slide off the ball and still be a threat with a solid 3-point jumper. He shoots 36.7% from the 3 this season as an 18-year-old against EuroLeague competition. 18, he's a young buck. I was in high school at 18. He out there playing with grown men, putting these numbers out. That's pretty good, as he has a lot of room to grow. Theo production and limited role in the world's second best league suggests he could find early success in the NBA. Yeah, for real. He may even thrive in a bench role, okay, which can be difficult for young players to adjust to. The question for him would be his long-term ceiling, as he is a smart, solid player, but doesn't seem to have the high-end athleticism you see from the very best guards. So he's not really athletic, they're saying, but he's so young and to be playing in the second best EuroLeague and still putting out points and rebounds and assists and production, being that young, that's pretty good. So, I mean, I don't know if I'll draft him lottery, but to be that young and produce in the second best EuroLeague, it's definitely first round. That's first round money right there. So, yeah, it's a tough one. Number 2, they got our boy Deni Avdija. I'm not saying his last name. Our boy Deni. You know who Deni is. If you don't know who Deni is, you don't know sports. Alright, so Deni. Israel. Guard/forward. He's 19. He's only 19. 6'9". 215 pounds. Wingspan 6'9". So average for his height. Because your height should be the same as your wingspan. So he doesn't have overly long arms, but he has long arms because he's tall. Right? Now his 2019-2020 stats, well, these stats ain't looking too pretty. In 26 games, he only averaged 14.3 minutes per game. 4 points, 2.6 rebounds, 1.2 assists, 0.4 steals, and 0.2 blocks. She was shooting 43.6 field goal percentage and 27.7 3-point percentage and 55.6 free throw percentage. Deni, what are you doing? Oh, Deni, you selling me out. Deni is entering the league as perhaps the most hyped international prospect in this year's class, as he is poised to be the highest drafted player ever from the country of Israel. He's the size of a forward with the mobility of a guard whose speed really stands out in transition. He has the potential to become a multi-dimensional offensive threat at the next level if he can become a consistent outside shooter. Deni's biggest knock is the fact that he had little to no success in the EuroLeague. Yes, from them stats, yes. Although he was on a stacked team, but didn't produce in terms of volume or efficiency. The EuroLeague is the second best in the world, only behind the NBA. But if he didn't make a major impact there, it's unlikely he will do so anytime soon in the States. Deni has a lot of potential. It just may take a few years for him to start realizing it. So I was really high on Deni before reading that and seeing those stats. Wow, that's crazy. Because I thought Deni was going to be the next Luka. Or the next Porzingis, you know? But those stats are scary. Yeah. Comment below what you guys think. Because I didn't know this. You know, he only averaged 4 points. I mean, I know he was only playing 14 minutes, but only 4 points. And his free throw percentage is horrible. He's shooting 55.6 from the free throw line. 27.7 from the 3-point line. Hey, man, tell me something I don't know. Go ahead and comment below, man. I need to hear something. I need to hear from you guys. Tell me something. Because this isn't looking... I thought he should have been, like, arguably #1 pick. But LaMelo. Let's go. Who's #1? So, the #1 international player, prospect, for this year's NBA draft will be Killian Hayes, according to Yahoo Sports. Killian Hayes is a guard from France. We did a video on Killian as well. Go ahead and check out the video. Subscribe if you haven't. Killian is 19, 6'5", 215 pounds. His wingspan, 6'8", so he has long arms. Now his 2019-2020 stats. In 10 games, he's played 26.8 minutes per game. Okay. 12.8 points per game. That's good. 2.3 rebounds per game. 6.2 assists per game, 1.5 steals per game, and 0.2 blocks per game. From the field, he's shooting 45.5%. From the three-point line, he's shooting 39%. And he's shooting 90.9% from the free throw line. I was expecting those stats from Deni. These are some real good stats. You know, and only in 10 games, but he's playing about 27 minutes per game. He's averaging about 13 points, 2 rebounds, and 6 assists, man. And 1.5 steals. 6'5". Come on. I see why he's #1. Because he produced this past year. Depending on which mock draft you check, either Hayes or Deni is a top international prospect in this year's draft class. Both are projected to go as high as top 5 or as low as the back end of the lottery. Makes sense. Though they are very different players, ranking them is sort of a splitting hairs as both are young but present intriguing long-term potential. Hayes, though, appears to offer the most upside given his size as a lead guard and ball handling package, which is advanced beyond his years. Oh, so he got the yo-yo. He got the slanky. Okay. He's also had more success than Deni and his other international peers last season. Yes. Although at a lower level than the EuroLeague. Okay. So not as much competition. Don't kill me in the comments yet. I didn't know he didn't have as much competition, but he's producing. You know, okay? He looks like he has a game well suited to the modern era as a big guard who has a tight handle and plus court vision. I like the fact they keep saying the tight handle. I like that. I need somebody who can handle the rock real good. The questions for him involve his outside shot, okay, and potential on the defensive end. So he's not playing no defense, and his jumper is iffy. He's a streaky shooter. But if he puts it together, he could turn into an all-star in the mode of Goran Dragic. Oh, okay. Now, seeing those numbers, I was thinking somebody low. I mean, Goran Dragic is a real good player. Don't get me wrong. He was an all-star. But I thought he was like a high caliber NBA all-star in the making. But okay. So there you have it, man. Number 1, Killian Hayes. Number 2, our boy Deni. Number 3, Theo. Number 4, AK, the 7-foot point guard. And number 5, Leandro from Argentina. So go ahead and comment below, guys, what you think on the list. This is from Yahoo Sports. Don't kill me, kill them. But to be honest with you, going into this list, I was like, what? Deni should be number 1. But seeing those numbers from this previous season and then seeing Killian's numbers, I don't know. Comment below what you guys think. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like up the video, and I'll see you guys next time.